recording. Prasanna, please tell us what you know about general banking. What is a bank? What banks are doing? In what way are they very important for our economy? Can you please tell me about that?
Yes, sir. Banks are financial intermediaries who accept deposits and gives out loans. And the term banking is defined in the section 5B of the Banking Regulations Act of 1949. And banks are highly important for our country because we are a developing country and we and we are a developing country, and the demography of the country suggests that a lot of people are getting into the workforce, and which means that a lot of people are going to need an efficient banking service to maintain their salaries and their money. And we should also focus on financial inclusivity. The banks are also working on financial inclusivity to educate people on finances and banks and improve the financial literacy of the country.
Very good. Now you said financial inclusion. What do you understand by financial inclusion? What steps the government is taking for achieving financial inclusion?
Yes, sir. Financial inclusivity can be referred to as providing essential financial facilities to those vulnerable classes at affordable prices. And the government and some of the steps that are taken by government is that Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, that is the zero bank accounts are opened for people all over India. And two is that insurance schemes are also
you can use the name. You can use the name of the schemes, like say
Pradhan Mantri Jyoti Bima, Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana.
Atal Pension Yojana,
Suraksha Bima Yojana is also.
Now, when you talk about insurance, you have to say PMJJBY, PMSBY. But you can also add pension for unorganized sector.
E-Shram portal, via E-Shram portal.
Yeah, unorganized sector is Atal Pension Yojana. That also you can say. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I don't remember about E-Shram portal, but this one you can say. And you should also mention about more of RRBs being opened, banking correspondents being appointed, then small finance banks opened, and payment banks being opened. All these are done only to see that financial inclusion is achieved. See, there were days prior to 2014-13 and all, not everybody was having bank account. Now every second person has a bank account.
Yes,
and
sir.
That is helpful for bank for government in many ways, because they can use there is one scheme known as DBT. What is meant by DBT?
Direct benefit transfer.
Where it is used?
Sir, it is used to providing subsidies to the targeted group of people.
Like
farmers or small scale cottage industries.
Previously, it was in gas subsidy. Now I think it is not.
Subsidies.
Now it is not there. Now it is not there.
It is being cut off.
Especially now it is used in Pradhan Mantri Samman Nidhi scheme, where every year 6,000 rupees is remitted in installments of 2,000.
Yes.
Have you heard about that scheme or not? Kisan
No,
Samman.
sir.
Kisan Samman Nidhi is a scheme whereby agriculturists whose names are registered, they get once in 4 months 2,000 rupees into their account directly credited.
Yes, sir. I read it like in a year they get a total amount of 6,000 rupees farmers get.
Yeah. Why?
Yes, sir,
why farmers are being given this money?
Because they face seasonal risks, and also they face risks of because of uneven rainfall, sometimes they are not able to produce crops up to the mark. So they are given some financial help to support themselves and to carry out further farming in the next season.
You can also mention about they are exposed to the price fluctuation. It's because when they grow more, the price comes down. When they grow less, automatically they get less. So you note this point. See, farmers have to be given benefit because of this factor. Number one, they do give minimum support price. That is okay. But then when the production
Yes,
is more, they cannot sell it. For especially in terms of say tomato, then onion and all that. Once they grow in large quantities, sometimes farmers are forced to throw them on the road. Have you not seen such
they are
stories?
not able to store it also because of Essential Commodities Act.
No, I don't think this comes under essential commodities. They are not able to store because
Onion comes under Essential
oh,
Commodities.
they are not able to store because there are no proper storage facilities or
Storage facilities.
warehousing facilities are not there. Okay, good, very good.
Yes, sir.
Now, please tell me what is your father?
My father is a businessman, and he is involved in garment related business, sir.
You are very much interested in using that word involved. I told you not to use the word involved. He is
Yes,
engaged.
sir.
He is engaged
He's
in.
engaged
He
in
is doing. There are
garment
so many
business.
words in which
Yes,
you
sir.
can use in English. He is doing the garment business. He is garment say seller, something like that. Not
Yes, sir.
involved. Very good. So, are the garments being exported or not by him?
No, sir. We are involved. We are engaged in a process of. It is an intermediary process.
That means
There are a lot of processes involved in making a cotton into a yarn, and then the yarn is spun into clothes, and then the clothes are stitched. We are involved in something where we um, spin the spin the loose fabric into yarns, which is then made into collar fabric, which is like used for collars of t-shirts for boys.
acha, acha, acha. So, acha, your father is engaged in say in making of garments, not in selling garments.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Ah, because I thought garment seller means somebody like say a Ramaraj Banians selling or Tantex Banian selling, or what are the brands available of hosieries in Tirupur?
Sir, there is uh, classic polo, and then there is uh, Peter England, and
Are they being made there only? Peter England and all?
then some of the export companies have their factories at Tirupur.
Mhm. So please get to know about these details.
Yes, sir.
Ask your daddy. You get to know about the hosiery industry and what are the number one, which companies are doing well, how many companies are there,
Yes,
and
sir.
to which countries are these being exported, and what are the problems faced by this industry. But of course,
Yes, sir.
Tirupur, normally people say there is no problem for employment. Everybody can get job. That's what
Yes, sir.
the
The
thinking.
minimum salary here is 9,000 per month.
Mm.
So with which a lot of people can support themselves very well.
If one is willing to work for 9,000 rupees, getting a job is not problem. But then,
Yes, sir. Tirupur is a hub where a lot of unskilled workers are being employed.
good. And but what is more important is health. health is more important. The health is very most important. Where I have seen, why I am telling about this, because many of the youngsters who join there, they complain about the long working hours or strenuous working hours. Not only in Tirupur, I know about the mills in other places also, near Salem and other places, where I was in Salem for 2 years as manager. So I have come across some mills we have financed, and where it was working for 24 hours in those days, 3 shifts.
Yes, sir.
People used to come. Nowadays, how it is going on? Is it working for 24 hours or only 2 shifts?
Sir, it depends on the workload of the company, and the usual shift hour is 8 hours. And when the employee is made to work in untimely basis, the wage is extra.
Oh, in your father's factory, do they work for single shift or 2 shifts?
Single shift, sir.
Okay, fine, good. Now I could understand the situation. Very good. So now, can you please tell me, because you are in hosiery line, what is the name of a place in North India which is also famous for this hosiery?
Sir, is that Calcutta?
No. One minute.
Varanasi?
Varanasi is famous for silk. I think Ludhiana. I think, let me check it up. Hosiery in India. If I put it, I get everything. Tirupur. Hosiery factories, JV Group, JS Fabrics, Anmol, Nashik is coming, Mumbai is coming. But which state is famous for hosiery in India? Ludhiana. Excuse me, Ludhiana, known as Manchester of Punjab.
Yes, sir.
So you must know something more like this because you are in Tirupur. Otherwise, I will not ask these questions. Good.
Sure, sir.
Now come to banking.
Mhm.
What do you think are the job responsibilities of you when we take you as a bank clerk? But
Yes, sir.
also tell me, you are talking very good in English. Don't you feel like becoming an officer? Why do you want to join as a clerk?
Sir, I have still not completed 21 years of age, so I am not eligible to apply for officer posts.
Excellent. Good. Now tell me about this. What is the job role of a bank clerk?
Yes, sir. Uh, Clerks are the frontline staffs whose main responsibility is to provide great customer satisfaction, and the main duties are they cash checks, they accept deposits, and they also handle withdrawals. For this, the clerks are um, required to verify the identification of the customer and validate the signature of the customers, and they also help in opening the accounts, and they also carry out some back end jobs like filing and maintaining records, etc. And then they also solve the queries that some customers might have.
Why did you not mention about selling, marketing?
Yes, sir, they are also involved in cross selling.
Will you take up cross selling?
Yes, sir, I would be open to taking up cross selling.
Will your family permit you to move out of Tirupur? You are being posted outside Tirupur. Supposing we post you to Bengaluru, what you will do?
Yes, sir, they are very supportive of my career.
So they will permit you.
So they definitely will allow me to move out of Tirupur and stay wherever the job is,
What are the
wherever I'm posted.
What are the languages you can read and write and speak?
Read, yes, sir, I can speak in Tamil, English, and Hindi. I can only read and write. I only know basics of Hindi because I've taken spoken classes. And I know to read and write Hindi because I've completed 5 exams of Dakshin Bharat Hindi Prachar Sabha, and I know to speak Kannada because I come from a Kannada speaking community of Tamil Nadu, but I do not know to read or write Kannada.
What is the name of your community?
Devanga.
Acha. Do you belong to OBC?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Good. Excellent. Now, can you tell me something about the 75th Independence Day?
Yes, sir.
What steps the government is taking to make it grand?
Sir, the one most important step is that the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, where national flags are being hoisted in all the households.
Har Ghar Tiranga.
Har Ghar Tiranga.
No, don't say Har Ghar Tiranga. Har
Har
Ghar Tiranga. Every house. Tell me. So that is one. Next.
Sir, next, I don't know, sir.
கொஞ்சம் படிக்கணும். You must read about that and try to get. இப்ப என்ன கேட்டியானா இம்மீடியட்டா ஸோ நான் கூகுளில் போய் சர்ச் பண்ணா இந்தியா in 75 independence. Of course, you can also tell about the regular thing we do, Independence Day celebrations, like say flag hoisting by Prime Minister.
In the Red Fort.
அதெல்லாமும் சொல்லலாம். You can tell about 10 ideas to celebrate Independence Day on August 15. I will show you this. Just a minute. 10 ideas to celebrate. Why I am not able to. See what is this? இதில் என்ன சரியா புரியலையா? சரியா என்னால படிக்க முடியல. I'm not able to show you. You are able to see?
No, sir.
Yeah,
me neither.
It is not coming correctly, but I suggest you go through that and try to know some more ideas about it. Of course, this hosiery industry is being encouraged now. Can you tell me what is that measure that government is taking and that is helping your industry?
Sir,
that flag manufacturing. Is it not
hosiery?
Is it not hosiery job? Something like that.
It is the hosiery job.
Thereby only they make and there are plus points and minus points about it, where some people say people are compelled to buy it from ration shop and all that, and it is being sold in post offices. It has been sold in large numbers. Every post office, it is getting exhausted quickly. Have you not read about that? This news you must have heard in television and other things. You are not read?
Sir, no, sir.
No problem. Absolutely no issue. Absolutely no issue. Yeah. So this is about banking on the okay. Can you tell me what is the relationship between banker and customer? I'm going into commerce areas in the case of deposit accounts.
So the relationship between a banker and customer is fiduciary.
No. The relationship between banker and customer is, in the case of deposit account, is banker is a debtor, customer is a creditor.
That perspective. Yes, sir.
So in the case of loan accounts, what is the bank?
In case of loan accounts, the customer is the debtor and the bank is the creditor.
In the case of check collection, check collection
we refer to it with drawer, drawee and payee terms, not in terms of debtor or creditor.
In the case of check collection, banker is an agent. Customer
Yes,
is a
sir.
principal.
Yes, sir.
Customer is a principal. In the case of safe deposit locker,
Uh, banker is the banks are the debtors and customers are the creditors.
யானைக்கு அறம், குதிரைக்கு குர்ரம். Wrong. In the
Because we
no, you
never,
may, no, you may not know because you are not a commerce student. In the case of lockers, banker is lessor, Lessor. Customer
lessor.
is lessee. Like
Less.
you are having some house, you give it on rent.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so when you talk about this, I am reminded about a very unfortunate thing has happened recently. Did you read in the newspapers? In Tirupur,
No, sir.
recently it has been given in Tirupur, a lady was killed and robbed of say 10 lakhs rupees and lot of jewelry, etc. And they are also running a hosiery factory only. The lady was staying alone at home, and it seems they engaged some electricians or painters for doing the work. At that time, in the family, they were talking about the house property which they have sold, and they are retaining cash at home. So what happened? Because of that, these fellows, 3 people have killed, and they have arrested him arrested them within 24 hours. And this was compared to a big murder that happened about 2 months back, where a person like me returned from abroad, and he
Yes,
was
sir. I
killed.
read about that news.
He
His
was
own driver
uh,
co-conspirated
yeah,
against the
yeah. And
owner.
the reason given therein was we should not talk openly about what we have in the presence of others.
Yes, sir.
Like I have had a miserable experience, like talking openly about things. Say when I was a small boy, 21, 22-year-old, working in the bank, it's the complaint came to me that I was talking about chairman, because I was working in the same bank, same building only. So people told me, why you are talking about chairman and all in the bus? It is wrong. So I could learn from that. But I have not corrected myself, that because by nature, we I talk more. So that way, one has to be very careful. This is one thing. Tirupur means this is the incident that I remembered. That's okay. Now tell me the use of social media, plus, minus.
Yes, sir. Social media is helping us connect with people all over the world. And two is that it is helping a lot in educating people. For example, those who are in a rural area where they are unable to go to a coaching center for preparing for banking exams, they are able to prepare through YouTube videos or via online classes. And uh, uh, three is that we are now able to carry out a lot of transactions via banks, via mobile phones. It has made our work a lot easier, but nothing comes without a cost. We also have a lot of backdraws, such as it consumes a lot of our time, especially when we involve in mindless scrolling through social medias. And it sets an unpractical standard for children because they look at social media and they compare.
Is it unpractical or impractical?
Impractical.
You must be right. And because you are an English student.
Yes,
Impractical. Yeah, tell me.
impractical standards are being set by social media, because children now who are new to social media, they are looking at the content on the social media, and they're comparing their lives to the social media, which puts them in chronic depression. And three is that our privacy is being violated in a lot of forms. And uh,
That is the point I wanted, and it told sufficient. Good, you can manage this question very well. I'm going to ask a tough question to you. What is positive pay system?
Positive pay system is when a customer writes a check for more than rupees 2 lakh, he has the responsibility of intimating the bank of having provided such a check, so that there is no fraudulent activities taking place.
Very good, very good. Some boy is coming. Should I permit him? Not. I will not permit. Don't worry. Some boy. Are you able to see somebody coming in?
No, sir.
You can't see.
I think only the host can see that.
Acha, acha. Very good, very good. No
Sir,
problem.
it's not an issue, so I can be more comfortable. It's not an issue. We can permit him, so I can be more comfortable around strangers because I don't know the interview panel members.
Yeah, good. That's good. Very good. This is the sort of confidence you must develop. Now, please tell me about your state. You are in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu.
Yes, sir.
Who is the finance minister?
Mr. Parnivel Tyagarajan.
Correct. Then he is from which constituency? Madurai.
Sir, that
He is from Madurai.
Yes,
Madurai. In Tirupur, who is the MP of your place?
MP is, I think, Durai Rajan. Oh, no, sir. I've taken notes, but I forgot.
You should know the name of MP. You should know the name of MLA also. Acha. Now I'm going to put
Mayor.
I'm going to put a different question to you. What is your height? What is your height?
154 centimeter.
Are you fit for joining army?
No, sir, I am not.
Oh, because you are not interested?
That as well. Also, physical fitness is also not there because of my eyes and height.
Height. What do you know about Agniveer scheme?
So, Agniveer scheme is same as that of Agnipath scheme?
Agnipath only. Agnipath only. I asked wrongly. Are there two different schemes? I'm not sure.
Sir, Agniveer is not a scheme. Agniveers are those who join Agnipath scheme.
Exactly. They are the warriors. Yeah. Agnipath scheme. Yeah. What is Agnipath scheme? Yeah.
Under Agnipath scheme, military soldiers are hired for a period of 4 years on a contractual basis. This is done to cut down the costs of pension. And there is a lot of controversy going on in the country with respect to this, because after the period of 4 years, only 1/4 of those soldiers will be taken for permanent posting and others will not. So this can harm the camaraderie between the Agniveers, because when such a scheme exists, there may rise competitive nature between them instead of camaraderie nature.
See, actually, you can tell like this: 4 years they will be on the job, after which they are being paid some money. But
yes, sir.
Government says they can manage with that, and they will be given preference for further recruitment, and they may be given relaxation in age also. But
yes,
the money from my side, the point against that is the money that they give will not have its value that it is having now.
Yes, sir, because of inflation.
Exactly. Good. What steps RBI is taking to control inflation?
So the most important step is that they are increasing the interest rates. Recently, the Monetary Policy Committee has revised the bank rates and repo rate and marginal standing facility, etc.
Good. Exactly. That is a very important thing. That's right. Very nice. Today you have been able to manage very well. You answered nicely, confidently. I should ask some tough question to you. Who is the Union Corporate Affairs Minister.
Corporate Affairs.
That is also Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman.
Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Who is the Agriculture Minister?
Mr. Bhupendra Yadav.
No.
Kishan Riju.
Union, some Madhya Pradesh, Narendra Singh Tomar.
Yes, sir, Narendra Singh Tomar. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Mr. Narendra Singh Tomar.
Good. Very nice. What is the pet name of Bengaluru? How it is called?
Sir, I am not aware, sir.
Garden City of India.
Garden City of India.
Silicon City of India.
Silicon City of India.
Very good. These two. Anyhow, thank you so much. Best wishes. Yeah,
Yes,
I may require your services after some time, say after half an hour or 45 minutes. I want you to read yesterday's current affairs. I have not prepared it. So I want you to read it on screen. I will bring
Yes,
it
sir.
only the headlines only.
Yes, sir.
And not now. I will call you after about half an hour after finishing this boy's interview. Only this boy is there today. One more boy is there. Doesn't matter. After finishing, I will come. I'll give you 5 minutes time, then call you.
Yes, sir. What are the areas that I can improve myself?
No, current affairs, you are not that very fully thorough.
Yes, sir.
I suggest you are going through either Bankers Adda or Affairs Cloud or my own sbank.in. Every day I am posting. Just go through, take down notes.
Yes, sir.
That will be better.
Yes, sir.
I will get to you today. Before today, 8 o'clock. I will take 5 minutes of your time for reading that.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
And regarding banking awareness, should I read more?
Banking awareness, as it is, whatever materials I have given, you read. That must be sufficient. And also, I have given you something more. Yesterday we were discussing some 4,000 questions. You remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is a vast one. That much also may not be required, but it can just go through that. Otherwise, general banking, whatever infinite small, and your Bankers Adda book I have provided 10 pages book.
Yes,
what are the questions given therein? And for you, invariably they will go into literature.
You can also ask me some literature questions so I can
I will ask based on what they have asked in the previous interviews. I will ask. Yes. I will ask some literature questions, and I think you will manage that. It's not a problem because you are good in communication. That is the one above everything. Compared to other candidates, you stand a good chance there. You are very good in communication. This will help you. Best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
MI10I. What is your name, please? MI10I. MI10I. What is your name?
Sir, Sushma.
Sushma. I think shall I take some 20 minutes time from you because I'll go and have my breakfast and come. Your number starts with 70193.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I will call you after about 15-20 minutes, then take the interview for you. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sure. Thank you, sir.
So, thank you. Bye.